ex-wheelchair user to Everest Base Camp and Kilimanjaro Summit. So today is the 6th of July 2024. I have already set off on my walk. It was drizzling a bit earlier and I managed to avoid that. Back to Tesco's, it's about a mile. Even though I'm puffing and panting, my legs do seem a bit easier. I seem to be walking a bit of a longer gait, less of a shuffle, more of a decent walk. I perhaps just need to concentrate on the walking rather than videoing. Anyway, about a mile today, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. And I'll talk to you soon. Blimey. That's... I walked past the bench, didn't need to sit down on that. I probably could have done. And now I've got to the road, hence the noise. My apologies on that. But there's a bin here and I can lean against it. My thighs feel like lumps of lead, they really do. So 3.5 weeks after my second op, so both hips done, but I've literally not walked anything like this for the last certainly 5 years and up towards 8 years, because originally I was trying to do the 1,000 miles in a year challenge, and I got 2 weeks in and I had to stop. There was such pain coming from places. Went to the doctor, had an x-ray, they said you worn out both hips. 8 years took me to get them done. Anyway, most of that was my fault. We'll talk about that in another video. Right. I had some painkillers before I set off. So I've got to be careful. I know about that. Just keep a nice steady walking pace. That's what I'm trying to do. As you can tell, it's July, so I've got my coat on, got my hat on to keep my head dry. I'll crack on. Hard work. Right, made it to Tesco's. Trolley's behind me. That was hard work. That was hard work. I've had a couple of minutes. Now it's time to crack on. Right then, back to the road. This last bit is taking me a bit longer because that's about 3/4 of a mile now. Because a very, very nice man who I chat to on the way past, normally on my scooter, offered to buy me a beer. And I thought a beer would be lovely. But in my current state of unfitness, perhaps a beer before I wobble home is not a good idea. So he bought me a lovely coffee. So thank you very much. I'll do a video from them some other time soon. But yes, best I crack on home. Catch you. I do find it interesting how much I'm puffing and blowing at different sections of my walk. Well, this is me home. Right, I'll have a minute and I'll chat to you. So there we go, another mile done. Technically, it's not quite a mile. I'll count it as a mile, it's close enough. I'd have to walk a bit further down the road past Tesco's, because when I measured in Tesco's and like the full length of Tesco's, it still wasn't quite. It'll do for me. Right, that was good. That was hard work. I think the other day it felt like a 10-mile walk. You know, if you go and have a 10-mile walk, you know, you come back a bit tired, but you're okay. But that's what, you know, if I did some up and down hills, that's what I think I'd feel like. This perhaps feels more like a 5-mile walk. You know, as you notice on the video, just as I got home, I was puffing and blowing. Hard work, but not as hard as the other day. Obviously, a 10-minute stop for the coffee does help. Right, so all my excuses over the last few months are done. Last year I lost 3.5 stone. This year I put 2 stone back on again. That's fine. I've been using the drinks, which I'll talk about in a second. But I've not been eating all the right things. You know, I had my first operation and it was almost a case of, let's have whatever you want. So I did. And then I continued that on for a few more weeks. I had a follow-up on my stomach problems I had in February. That turned out to be a hiatus hernia in the stomach. Basically, it means your stomach's moved in a bit and it's pulled some intestine with it. So you can have all sorts of problems with your stomach. That can be caused by the number of tablets you take, especially if you take a lot of painkillers, which I was. Also, my cancer screening came out with a positive, which means there's blood in the sample. So I had to go for colonoscopy. Camera down the throat on the Friday, camera up the bum on the Wednesday. Why they couldn't do it both at the same time, I don't know. But anyway, that turned out to be basically okay. I do have a couple of areas of diverticulitis, which is basically where instead of the intestine being well within the walls, some of it started to, you know, move out a little bit. You know, if you're over 50, you've got that. It doesn't harm you. It doesn't do anything. If they get quite big, they can get full of bits of junk from food and whatever. That can start going off. I think then you have to have those taken out. But no, mine was absolutely fine. Then obviously the second hip operation, you know, 3.5 weeks ago. So all my excuses are done. So if I want to do all the things in life which I do, being at 21 stone is absolutely no good. So I have a plan to lose 4 stone. I want to get down to 17, thereabouts. A bit lighter would be nice. Obviously, the walking is going to really help. But I need to strictly get back on the diet that I need to be on. So I have a drink in the morning, which is the one that stops you feeling hungry all day. You have the one at lunchtime, one of these. That helps to fill you up. In fact, I need to have one now. I'll do that in a second. You have nothing else to eat all afternoon. And then you get to tea time, you have one of these 10 to 15 minutes before you have a meal, and that absorbs all of the half of the carbs that you eat. It'll absorb half of those. Reverse my type 2 diabetes, reduce my blood pressure, and like I say, last year I lost 3.5 stone doing this properly. So if I'm walking and I'm using these drinks correctly, then that's the effect it can have on me. You know, what would you like to do? Improve your health? Live healthier for longer. That's really what we're trying to do. You know, these days, a lot of people do live into the sort of 70s, 80s, and even into the 90s. And you want to be as healthy as possible in those ages. You know, I was 55 and absolutely buggered. You know, barely walked around the house. Driving was a struggle. You know, thought of a motorbike. Ooh. Now I'm all fixed. I could think about a motorbike again. I've already been looking. Sorry, bit of play acting there. So the other thing I do with these is I help other people as part of a business that I have with this company, and I make money. Well, if that money pays for the motorbike and that money pays for holidays and if that money pays for other things, that's very nice. But all the time I'm helping people. Question, why have I got the name covered? Because you're going to look on the website, you're going to see the price on the website, and it's going to scare you off. So instead, go to my page, where because I have this page and this distributorship through the company, they give me a nice discount, which you get. There's also a page on there on price versus cost. These do cost quite a bit, but you're not buying things in for breakfast, you're not buying things in for lunch, and you're only buying certain foods in for dinner. That saves money for shopping bill, which if you look back on this, I reckon these, for me personally, that I've worked out, cost me £50 to £60 a month extra. But to improve your health, that's what I see. Anyway, if you'd like to know more, please drop me a line. I will probably upload a flying video this afternoon, because I know some of you followers, thank you very much, guys and girls, like the flying video. Let's see what I can come up with. All right, you all take care and have a great day. Don't forget, yourhealthyourchoice.net, because your health is your choice.net. Anyway, take care. Bye.